keep missing. Got another SCRAWLRBOX. Let's find out what's inside. What? The Fudge Monkeys? That's a hefty sketchbook with thick mixed media watercolor. That's thick paper. What is it? It's so cute. 160 gram row book or rock book or croc book. There's an apostrophe. Ooh, look at that, David and a bird. Jonathan Knight, based in, I don't know why I'm singing, based in Worcestershire. There's a lot of arguments for Americans on how to pronounce this. It's a sauce, or if for people who aren't familiar with it, and I grew up saying Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire? Worcestershire. I'm just going to say Worcestershire. Jonathan Knight uses a variety of mixed media to create realistic portraits and pop culture artwork. Born in 1987. A clear passion for art at a young age after studying fine art and history. Cool stuff. Instagram and Facebook. Another look at the artwork. Looks like fine point pens in multiple bright colors. For once, it's like still in a bundle. I feel like lately the bundles have been dying. Let's see. Move this to the side. Ooh, what? Chameleon makes fine liners? What is this nonsense? Am I gonna be able to blend these? What? And they look... I am gonna be able to blend these. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Okay. So, Blendy Chameleon pens. A Mars Lumograph pencil. A drawing pen from Pilot, and then it's got some Asian style caricatures. Fruitella lemon. And this really cool blendy scribbly SCRAWLRBOX. I think this is one of my favorite SCRAWLRBOX stickers so far. I really enjoy the fact that they're doing different patterns on them. They really add something to them. Add this to my collection. Alright, let's look at the spoilers. Let's see. Think back to classical style of art in this box and bring it to the 21st century with the latest innovation in pen technology. Use this month's featured art as inspiration for your own colorful interpretation of an artwork from one of the great masters. Our artist chose Michelangelo's David. Who and what will you choose? Try blending more than one color at a time to really start experimenting with what these pens can do. So the Chameleon pens, oh man, they're $2 each. 05 drawing pen. Ooh, highly water resistant. Are these? Crafted incorporate chameleon color, fine point Japanese precision. Water-based washable ink. Cool. That's what I was curious about. 4H pencil. Yeah. Oh, it's on the end. I couldn't find it. It's like right there. And croc book is how you say it. Flexible. Clairefontaine. PEFC. I don't know what any of this means. Acid free. That's cool. Rainbow Renaissance. What am I gonna do? I think before I jump into this, normally I don't sample the supplies, but I gotta figure out how these work. Or how to open them. That would be a good start. They're hefty pens, and they're so long. Okay. They come with directions. Okay. Oh, so there's got to be ink in the cap. Yo-ho! I've been telling my students that as a teacher, that is one of my favorite noises. In Texas, I was used to the oh being the sound when kids understood something. In the area of Sweden I teach, it's definitely yaha. So as a teacher, that's my favorite noise because it means they've learned something. Yeah, there is ink in the cap. Cool burns. Don't fuse for over 30 seconds. Okay. Wash that close. That's cool. I like the design of the directions. It's like prepared for stuff. Alright. Let's figure this out. So these pens were rather weird to figure out. I kind of started just by putting a different cap on every single one, and so I could see the color change. And some of them seemed to pick up the color from the caps a lot faster than others and hold on to it longer. I don't think I ever got a true color back for the green from the green for a while. They were incredibly fine. And you did get to have some color variation longer than I thought you would, especially when it came to like the yellow on the gray. It took forever to clear out. I'm not sure what you would use these fine liners for exactly, besides some really, really cool typography stuff, where you have the colors slowly change when you're writing something. I feel like that would look really, really cool in bullet journaling and stuff like that. As far as art, I have trouble seeing there being a direct way to use these pens because there's no way to keep a consistent color when you're blending them. So if I wanted the color that's halfway between the pink and the yellow, I would have to keep blending, and there's no exact math to doing it. I mean, you could do some cool color changing line art, but I feel like you'd have to do something very specifically planned for that. The painting I decided to do with Renaissance is one of my favorites. I love the colors and, of course, the inclusion of an animal because I love critters. Leonardo da Vinci's Lady with Ermine. Ermine is like a ferret stoat-like creature that had a lot of symbolism having to do with like medieval rich people royalty. In the winter it had a very, very white, beautiful coat, and there was a whole bunch of like fun mythology behind the animals, like would have rather died than dirtied their coat. For the life of me, I could not figure out how to do this lady's face, so I decided to be cheeky and switch their faces, because for some reason I can do a Renaissance-style Ermine face way better than I could do a Renaissance-style human face. And my camera is still doing the wibbity-wobbly-woo, and I still can't figure out why it's just slightly moving, and it irritates me. So when doing the colors, I wanted to start with yellow and just kind of layer them. I wanted to have a very distinct difference between the colors. I was using the blending so I can get some mid-tones with some of my values and keep the white kind of as my highlight. It was not easy to build. It was not easy to blend. I had to keep going back to different areas when I got the middle tone I wanted. Basically what I would do is I would mix, and then if the color was too dark, I'd go to another area that I knew was going to be that color that I wanted darker. And then I would jump back whenever it was the tone I wanted to the area I wanted it. And it took a lot of time. These were fine liners, so filling in anything completely really wasn't gonna happen. I'm curious to see how other people have created artworks and what they do with this, because it really was a challenge, especially with the limited palette that wasn't completely limited, but limited enough. It was quite interesting to try to figure out how and where to put certain colors. It was a lot of work trying to figure out where like this fold was going to be, how dark I was going to make it, hopefully what color would it be when I finished blending, how was I going to layer them. It was a fun challenge. I enjoyed it, but it also was not easy. One thing that's really cool that I found out about this original painting is, as far as they can tell, there hasn't been that many alterations to it in history. It's very much the original artists. They think there might have been a couple changes along like the hands and maybe some touches of color, but you can actually see apparently Leonardo da Vinci's fingerprints in some spots of the paint. One showing you that he used his fingers to blend, and another showing you that, I mean, it was him that did it. I'm like, that's really cool. After doing all the line work and everything, I had to figure out what to do with the black pen. So I went through and added details, and then I eventually decided to blacken the background. The original artwork did have a black background. I didn't want to color everything in fully because obviously it's a fine liner and it's 4 fine lines, and that would have taken tons of time. And I wanted to kind of give it a crazy multiple direction hatching of the lines because I didn't want to worry about drawing too many perfectly straight lines. And texture. It's fun and cool, right? Everyone likes texture. Yeah. Texture. Hatching. Yeah. All in all, in the end, I really did enjoy doing this one. It was a challenge. I liked the sketchbook. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in it. I do like the kind of pocket size to it. I do like the pens. I'm going to keep them around, at least for a while. Don't know what exactly I'm going to do with them. I am curious about trying to do some color changing line work with some artworks to see kind of how that looks, but who knows. Also, I think they're water soluble, so maybe with markers, or are they alcohols? I think they're water soluble, which could be fun on their own because then you can do some water blending. I don't know. I have loose plans. We will see. I hope you enjoyed this artwork. I sure did. Do you have any favorite Renaissance style paintings? I mean, you've seen them probably in art classes through the internet. When you think Renaissance painting, what painting do you generally think of? If you don't know what it's called, describe it below and I will try to guess which painting you're talking about. Until next week, I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I'll see you later. Bye!